computer just a bit of a restart. Welcome back, guys. We're back. Right now, Jake's still holding on to the top position. Provisional pole could be his in that Red Bull this evening. Emilia Romagna doing a wonderful job in that Aston Martin. I know he had troubles last week when it came to the Aston Martin in Britain. Can he turn that around this evening? Allow your face holding on the third. SF1 Rabo in fourth, setting his time, investing in on a soft compound. Everybody's gone for a soft compound. Let's see what happens. Ross is going to have the only drive. Actually, he's going to be the only man to be able to have a free set of tire choices at the beginning of the race. Let's see what operator can do. Can he get a time on the board this evening? He has 5 minutes to do so. Let's ride with him. Give him a little bit of TV time. Glad to have him back this week. A little busy, I believe, with work last week. But now he's back here for Imola this evening. See if the Red Bull driver can get a time on the board this evening. We have Seal on another outlap. Can he beat his previous time of a 17.8, starting his flying lap now? Let's take a look at him. Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I think there's a little bit of communication in the realistic chat about Jake not so happy that there's rain on the way. Just answering a couple messages right now. Operator getting ready to start his flying lap now. Wilson improves even quicker with a 15.4. Alright, let's see if operator can get a time on the board. Let's ride on board with a Red Bull driver. Both Red Bulls could have a good showing of points this evening. Operator goes a bit wide, holds on to the line though. Around the long left-hander, 90 degree, coming up the hill. Ooh, you can see how flowing this track can be. And how much you have to keep on the throttle. Touch the brakes as least as possible. Operator doing a solid job so far. Gonna get a time on the board. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here for qualifying. Short qualifying. Oh, operator goes a bit out of context there. Collects a little bit of the grass. It's gonna hurt his time. DRS is gonna be his. Let's see if anybody hugs this line. Now everybody's kind of going to the outside. I'm surprised. Let's see if so. Operator does a 118.8. Is he going to try to improve? He does have the DRS open. I think he's going to go for a second lap here. 2 minutes to go here in short qualifying. Yes, the stream looks a lot better now. I do apologize about that. My computer likes to do weird things. I had to give it a quick restart, but it looks perfectly fine now. And here's a good idea, or not idea, but here's good news. I actually had time to update the points for you guys coming into this race. So when the drivers have their 5-minute complimentary break, I'll give you guys a shakedown of the point situation so far in this championship. A couple eye-turners that are there for sure. Maybe our Ryan, can he get anywhere close enough to a 15 to try to challenge Wilson for that provisional pole? And allow your face, have a look at it. Hubs and Phil right now. Stig retires from a 17.3, so can operator and Hubdy beat SF1 Stig's time? We'll see. Has operator improved on his 18.8? DRS is his. He goes 18.2, so he does improve, but he stays P10 for the time being. See if Hubdy can get a better time in than a 17.7. 40 seconds remain, so these are the last laps these guys are going to run. Hubs putting a lap in right now. Can he get anywhere close enough to maybe get close to his teammate with a 116.9? He's got to find about 7-8 tenths in that Alpine. Goes a little bit wide. Doesn't invalidate though. Track extensions here seem to be a little bit lenient. I'm a bit surprised he doesn't put the DRS open either. He does at the last second. Stays P9. Bill goes up to a 16 flat to get P2. Jake is going to pull to the pits and wait this one out. What can Ryan have a say at P3? Can he get a little bit better of a time in the Bill? Bill putting a solid lap in there at the dying efforts to get P2 to start on the front row as Ryan has invalidated his lap. That's going to be his quali over. So has Allow Your Face. Seal going to try to best his lap here. Can he get anywhere close enough with that Alfa Romeo? Seal is a super quick driver. No, he's going to pull into the pits. So it's just up to Phil. Can Phil improve? Phil crosses the line and stays P7, and that's going to do it for qualifying here. Jake Wilson grabs a pole position. Could help him in the championship standings with Molly being out this evening. So right now as it stands, going into the race, Jake Wilson takes pole position. We have Bill who's going to start on the front row with him side by side. ABL Ryan and Allow Your Face on the second row. Seal and Robbo on the third row. We have Phil and Stig on the fourth. Fifth row is going to be Hubdy and Operator. And Ross is going to start this race on the fresh compounded tires of his choice for P11. Oh, I see. We're going to have that time glitch. Wilson, if you're listening, just retire from the pits. You guys are safe to go in. Let's see if I can't nudge him in the right direction. Oh, there we go, there we go. Woohoo! Alright, I was just about to text. But that's done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to load up and I'll give you guys a rundown of the points coming into this race. And then we're going to see ourselves off with giving you guys another rundown. Jake Wilson grabs a pole position here for the Emilia Romagna, or we'll just say it that. Imola Grand Prix. Bill is going to start P2. ABR Ryan P3, Allow Your Face P4, we have Seal P5, Robbo P6, Phil is 7th, Stig 8th, we have Hubdy in 9th, Operator 10th, and Ross is going to start this race from P11. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the points that we're going to load in here. Well, these guys have a 5-minute wait. Get ready to go racing, and we were sitting in the paddock. Give a look at the points so far, and there it is, the rain, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want a spicy race, it's about to kick off. We'll look at the constructors first. So far, Mercedes, as you thought, between them and Red Bull, leading the way, just by like 37 points. We have Red Bull in second. They could bring that closer this evening with Operator and Jake. With both Mercedes being out this evening, we have Alpine. It's showing quite a nice car, sitting P3. We have Williams, who's dropped to 4th. Williams really far up there with Paps and Ryan doing a pretty solid job for that team early on in the season. We have AlphaTauri sitting 5th. We have Ferrari in 6th. We have McLaren 7th. Aston Martin is 8th. They could move up quite a bit this evening with both Stig and Ryan. We have Alfa Romeo in 9th. And we have Haas scoring some points last week from SF1 Stig, sitting 10th on the board. Give you guys a look now at the drivers' points. Leading the championship, Jake Wilson in that Red Bull. We have Molly, who's not here this evening, so he's going to have a little bit of a tough time trying to catch Jake. But like I said, those car swaps are coming. It's going to get a little interesting. But Molly in 2nd. We have Bill making a solid push already. Already missed one race, but putting himself in the P3. Allow Your Face is 4th. We have Phil in 5th. Robbo is 6th. We have Hubdy in 7th. Penta, who said he was going to be here this evening, but didn't show up. Not sure what happened. Penta is 8th. We have Ross in 9th. Cressy, not here this evening, in 10th. We have Seal, 11th. Could make his way a little bit further up on the board. We have Robbie, not here this evening, in 12th. Operator could get himself a couple more points on the board. At least not here this evening, in 14th. Shimon is 15th. Responded that he was going to be here, but it's not here as well. And then we have a couple reserve spots open for anybody that wants to jump in and have fun on a Sunday. Realistic is quite a good time. Everybody here racing, so far everybody has praised each other for how clean they've raced, but it could get a little out of hand this evening. We'll see with the rain that's on track. I'll give you guys a look at some of the reserve points as well. I do track the reserve points, so if you want to jump in for a couple races here and there, your points count as well. You'll see Paps, he was here for the first 2 races. I believe he had another realistic tier open up, so he's racing there on Sundays. ABR Ryan could surpass him. I believe ABR Ryan might be going to full-time as of the car swap next week, so we'll find out. Morris not here this evening. Stig could get a little bit more points on that board, sitting 22 points, and Canton 7 points. More spots are open, so like I said, if you guys are interested, jump on our Discord, sign up. Signups are right there. If you need help at any time, just contact myself, SF1 Roads. Glad to help you guys. Want everybody to have fun on a Sunday here for Realistic. But we'll look back at the driver's points, and I'm going to rest my voice for just a little bit. Get ready to go racing. We should be going around the 34 mark, 33 mark, or 34 mark. But keep your eyes self-tuned in. It's going to be quite a race here. 32 laps with the rain at Emilia for Realistic is about to begin. Stay with us.
The Autodromo Enzo was constructed in 1922, making it one of the oldest circuits in the world. Monza is synonymous with Italian TV, and racing has been held at this circuit every year since 1950. The sole exception to this being 1980, when Emilia was in 1996, Michael Schumacher became the first German to win an Italian TV as part of a World Championship. Then, Heinz Harald Frentzen, Sebastian Vettel, and Nico Rosberg have all taken wins here. Why not consider a campaign in attempt to bring your camper van to next year's Italian GP, like Nathan and Tracy did here? Michael Schumacher achieved his 90th victory during the 2006 Italian GP before announcing his retirement. He will later return in 2010 after signing a contract to drive over to Ferrari.
Looks like we're ready to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to click these points off so you guys have a clear screen of what's going on track. Realistic performance, Sunday night racing, round 4 in the championship, just about to begin. I'm going to get rid of this mini map, actually. Pushing the wrong buttons like usual. Let's get a nice look at conditions on track right now from Mr. Bill with his Big Brother team just ahead of him. It looks mighty wet. Full wets, actually. Oh, these guys, we already have Ryan, who's disqualified, and Bill, who's disqualified. I wonder what happened there. I wonder if there's contact between the two drivers. They're going to start on really, really cold wet, so they're going to have to be very careful. But yeah, it's properly wet out there. I'd make a pun, but I want to be PG this evening, so I'm not going to go for that. We have the other Aston Martin. That's Stig. Stig loves the rain. Let's see how he's not having a good time on this formation lap. I think he's already disqualified himself. So 11 drivers here this evening. Are all 11 going to be able to finish? We're going to find out. It's full wet, so these guys are really going to have to be on that wheel lap after lap with each other. And Jake extend his championship lead this evening away from SF1 Molly, with Molly being out. It is going to be a tough task. He's got to go 32 laps in these conditions. Get my water ready as well. Everybody just around the final corner here, getting ready to line up on the grid to get these 5 lights going out, and we'll be away for the race. A couple guys on the naughty step right there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just about ready to go racing. I will get a better camera angle in a bit, hopefully. Where am I at? I need to be on Jake. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for those 5 red lights. 3, 4, 5. 5 are lit and lights out. We're go, go, go. Jake gets a slow start. There's Ryan in the middle. Oh, that was a crazy start from them. What is going on? Ryan is taking the lead. Let's check look through with the Alpine coming into turn 1. Everybody slow. Nicely done. Bill had a mare of a start as well. He's dropped to 5th. We have the Alpine going to go on the outside. What a start. Bravo's in the gravel. Everybody trying to paddle these track limits. Easy does it going into turn 4, 5. Looks like everybody's safely through. Ryan just stepped away on that start. They said, oh, thank you. I'll see you guys later. As the McLaren gets a little out of shape there coming up the hill. As well as, I said, the Alfa Romeo of Seal has gotten himself up to P3. Fighting the Red Bull here. Side by side. Space is given. Nicely done, gentlemen. That's what I like to see. Let's jump on board with the Alpine. See, Seal backs out of it, giving Jake room. Alright, so, Seal fighting the rear end of that Alfa Romeo. Is that going to give the door open for the Alpine to make a move? Rabo's retired from this race. And it looks like we do have a caution of some sort, so we'll take a look now. Is it a... No, we are on a VSC. So unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Ferrari are not going to score any points this evening. That's going to hurt them in the combined, or not combined, but the Constructors' Champion. So VSC, these guys have to decrease their speed and maintain a proper gap between the guys ahead of them and behind them. Ryan, one heck of a start with that Aston Martin. He was complaining about the Aston Martin last week. Can he hold on for another 30 laps? We'll see. VSC is over. We're back to racing. That was operator right now. All you have to do, operator, is bring that car home. You'll score some good points. Ross backing out. I think he was giving a position back for something. Not sure what that was. This Hubdy is really fighting that Alpine. As Ross goes past the Alpine of Hubs. Bill's gotten himself up to P4. We have Jake really putting pressure on that McLaren. Follow with this battle for a lead time where I would show him the tires, but everybody's on a full wet compound tire. Phil is looking quite racy. If anything that might happen between Jake and Allow Your Face, it could happen. Giving Phil a look at the podium. As ABR Ryan is just slowly pulling away from these guys. 4.2 seconds, now 4.3 seconds. The man has come to race this evening. Could he turn around and get a win on the board? I love a lot of different winners this season so far. Bravo, bloody game is crap. I tap the wall and my wheel comes off. I bet it was at 2 miles per hour too, Ralbo. I've had that happen at Spa on the last game. The slowest crash able. There's Jake's gonna go for a look on the inside of a live face. Who's gonna outbrake who? Oh, a little bit of contact with the wheels, but it looks like both of them make the room possible. That is some good clean racing from those two. And now Phil is under pressure from Bill. Is Bill gonna think about it? Not just yet. He's gonna be patient. A lot of these guys, I'm just praising these guys every week so far. We didn't even have a single incident turned in last week, and that's from these guys just being ready to race each other, but cleanly. It's here for fun. A little bit less pressure than tier racing because it is just like kind of a luck of like what you can do with the car. As you have a move with Stig going wide a little bit wheel to wheel with Seal. Seal drops to 7. Stig now up to P6. His current teammate for this race is right up in P1. Bill still chasing Phil. Bill versus Phil. That's a good one. I like that. Can that be a pun for this week? Bill versus Phil. What can Phil do against Bill? These guys all close. It's like a look at the rear view mirror of Bill. He does have the AlphaTauri, has the Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo. A lot of these guys fighting that. Look at the Stig going around the outside as Ryan sets the fastest lap so far. Oh, there's contact, I believe, from Phil, or not Phil, but Bill and Seal. What has happened there? Any damage to Alfa Romeo? Doesn't look like it, no. So Seal can continue on. Might have just been those two guys fighting. Somebody might have lost the back end and collected the car. Let's put Robbo up to P4. Oh, Phil is retired from the race. Jump on board with operator. You see him. Oh, does Seal have an issue? We have a full safety car, ladies and gentlemen. You see, there's Phil. Oh, I think. Does Seal have some kind of issue with his car? He's having a lot of trouble turning into the corners. But full safety car, down to 9 drivers. Phil, unfortunately, crashes out of this race with the Alpine. Wonder if he'll be looking forward to the car swaps that come middle of this week. I promise everybody will know the new car that they have at least 3 or 4 days prior to their race. That way they can start practicing. Jake has gotten himself back up to P2. Will any of these drivers box, or are they going to stay on the current tire? These guys are definitely following a delta. This is going to help Seal get right back into the race as well. Unfortunate for what happened, I'm not sure. So Ryan decides not to pit. Jake's not going to pit. Allow Your Face does not pit. Stig, Ross, Bill, Hubs do not pit. Operator doesn't pit. I believe, is Seal going to pit? No, he's going to stay out as well. It must be properly wet out there. You can see how much Seal is really fighting that Alfa Romeo. The safety car has collected these drivers. Ooh, careful there, Jake. That was mighty close. Look now, some of the comments. Oh, Ryan Warman decided 1 minute, you're miles ahead, and the next they're right beside you. Yeah, that's how it goes with the rain. I'm reading through. This is going to be fun start. Cold tires. So I believe everybody is caught up to the groups now. Looking back at Seal, yeah, so the safety car should be in this time. Take a look. Seal gets a 3-second time penalty, so the first one of this evening. Safety car is not going to come in this lap around. I'm just wondering how many drivers are actually going to be able to finish this race. 11 started, we already down 2. Can the rest of the 9 guys hold on? 6 laps in the board out of 32. Hopefully nobody pulls a George Russell here while they're trying to warm and keep the temperatures in these wet compound tires. Gonna be a bit of a struggle. Let's take a look. Let's jump on board with Allow Your Face. He's running 3rd right now. Conditions are definitely warranting a full wet compound. I happen to wonder if the rain will lighten at any point. SF1 Stick did send me a look at the rain. Let's take a look here. No, okay, this is going to be a full wet race. Safety car should come in this lap. Take a look through. Safety car is coming in this lap. Race control lets us know how much is Ryan gonna back these guys up. I'd say that was a very late camera move. Allow Your Face wants to get going. Let's jump on board with him. These guys are really letting that safety car back in, so Ryan is really bunching these guys up. He does have Jake just behind him, the championship leader, and that Red Bull has Ryan decided to go. Ryan is on his way. Jake right there. Stig in P4. Ross P5. Bill P6. Hubs is P7. Operator P8. And Seal P9. Ryan gets a good clean restart out of that. Jake has a live face behind him, but not close enough for a move just yet. The Stig is getting mighty racy in that Aston Martin. Can he finish this race? I know he was feeling a little bit foggy brains. A live face gets a 3-second time penalty. And we have both Astons on the podium this evening. We're going to find out. Stig doing really well so far. Both AlphaTauris pushing to try to get behind that Aston Martin, carry the tail. The rain is pretty detrimental to some of these quicker teams like Operators Red Bull. Jake putting the pace in the Red Bull, chasing Ryan. See if he can hold on to the back of that Aston Martin. Ross getting close to SF1 Stig. Look how slow these guys have to go around the corner. Let's jump on board with Ross as he's chasing SF1 Stig. Seal gets himself a time penalty. Another one, I believe that might be his second of the race. He might be up to 6 seconds. I'll take a look around lap 20. You can see Ross really getting close to Aston Martin. Ryan sets another quick lap of the race. Is Ross going to have a look with the toe? He's going to go for an inside look. Who's going to outbrake who? Looks like Stig gives up that position. Nicely done. Respect where respect is due. Stig really trying to hold on to the back of the AlphaTauri though. Can Bill now have a look at SF1 Stig in a little bit? As Stig is struggling just a bit. Tires might not be up to full temperature. Yeah, the back of that Aston Martin is stepping out on him just a bit when he applies the throttle. Ryan now has that Red Bull just behind him. Oh man, I don't pity any of these guys in this race. The full concentration has to definitely be there with the full wet rain. And Imola, I mean, it's just one heck of a track. As you see, allow your face go really wide. That's going to leave the door open. No, Ross not close enough for a look. Stig 1.6 now as you have Bill chasing down that Aston Martin. Bill sitting. Oh, Stig almost loses the back. Had a massive tank slapper there. Stig falls down to P6. That's going to give Hubs a look at the Aston Martin. Alpine versus Aston Martin. Cars are pretty similar. Who's going to back out? These two know each other quite well. Teammates in Tier 1 for the last 2 seasons here at SF1. Looks like Hub D is going to take that position in P6. Move past SF1 Stig. Stig falling down to P7. Operator could have a look at Stig at a moment's time. Seal! Pulling almost I would say, a Lewis Hamilton there. Seal's retired on track from the session. I think he's had a mare of this evening. I think he's done with this one. Hopefully that doesn't cause a safety car of any sort. Nothing doing so far. So the Aston Martin, or not the Aston Martin, the Alfa Romeo out of this race. Ryan now has that Red Bull right behind him. Keep it on this battle for the lead of this race. Lap 9 out of 32. A long way to go for these two drivers. These two guys, 3 seconds up the road from Allow Your Face, who does have a time penalty. Could Ross get past that McLaren and get closer? Let's see. It's a good clean run out of that final exit. You know that Honda power is pretty strong in a straight line. Can he use the toe to get around the McLaren? Allow Your Face trying to break the toe. Is he going to open the door? Oh, that was close. Ross doing really well to apply the brakes there. Not to make contact with the back of that McLaren. These two getting closer and closer too as well. Ryan trying everything he can to hold that Red Bull behind him. As you see the McLaren and the AlphaTauri really going after it still. Bill sitting P5, a little bit away from his teammate. As you see, oh, that was close. Ross thought about it, backed out last second. Keeping an eye, looks like Jake lost a little bit of time to Ryan at the front. Still following that Aston Martin. Ryan has led every lap of this race so far. Wow. Wilson must have had an issue. He's now 2.4 off of Ryan. Ryan must have had one heck of a move, or Jake must have had an issue at some point. Allow Your Face battling Ross. Let's jump on board with the two drivers. Final corner coming up to the start-finish line. Ryan gets a quicker lap out of this. And Ross have a look at that McLaren. McLaren, we know, does run that Mercedes power unit, so he has a lot of straight line speed. Is Ross going to think about it? Allow Your Face is making that McLaren super wide. Ross is going to open the door. Is there going to be contact? No. Ross goes a bit deep. That's going to allow Your Face to go right through. Bill is now going to have a look at his teammate. The AlphaTauri is doing really well this evening. I almost said this morning for some reason. Both 4th and 5th right now. Stig and Hubs having a bit of a look at each other. Operators thinking about coming after these two. Jake losing a little bit of time to Ryan, or Ryan just put his foot down and had enough of looking at that Red Bull behind him. Maybe he's finding a little bit more pace in that Aston Martin. He's getting a little out of shape there. As you can see, the gap now between Jake and Ryan has come down quite a bit. 1.5 separates them. But Ross not giving up on that McLaren ahead of him. Let's take a look at Bill's point of view, watching his teammate battle the McLaren just ahead of him. Allow Your Face does have that time penalty, so who's going to battle for that final step on the podium? It could be between Ross. Allow Your Face gets another time penalty, so that's going to hurt him even more. Stig does have a time penalty as well. Jake sets the fastest lap now with a 128 flat. You can take these tires pretty much the whole way, as we have Operator jumping in the pits and Stig's gonna jump in the pits. Oh my goodness, they're gonna go to an intermediate. Let's put the tire compound up. I'm gonna ride on board with Stig and see how this works out, because this might be a gamble as Operator does the same. There's still a lot of puddles on the track though. And rain, it doesn't look like it's lightened up. Let's run on board with Stig, see how he does out of the pits. A little tentative to go into that corner. Easy does it around the fast corners. See how much time he makes up between himself and Hubdy just ahead. 26-25. We'll keep an eye on that gap. Look at this gap battling. Actually, let's jump on board with Ross. Going after Allow Your Face still. Are these guys going to box for intermediates? I think it is time for intermediates as you look at the gap between Stig and Hubs. It is coming down really quickly. These two are not going to make the move yet. Jump on board with Allow Your Face. Look at his rear view mirror. Ross charging in that AlphaTauri. Ross not close enough just yet. He did go for a move, but he went a bit wide off of the previous lap or two. Ross getting closer and closer though with that toe. Gap now is 23. Yeah, I think it's intermediate time. You see Hubs has decided to do the same thing as Stig's gonna actually pass Hubs. There you have it. It is definitely intermediate time. That undercut was absolutely superb by SF1 Stig. Let's put Hubs down in P7. Who's gonna make the call for the front two guys first? Jake and Ryan right next to each other. Let's see if these two box. Let's see if Bill, who's gonna actually box between Ross and Bill first. That's gonna be a call. Hopefully these guys are talking. Will they double stack? We might find out in half a lap's time. Lap 13 out of 32. Ross getting close. Woo, that was close. Bill's gonna have a look now. He's gonna back out and give a teammate position. Allow Your Face is gonna stay out. Ross is gonna stay out. Bill's gonna stay out. I don't know, guys. I think intermediates might be the way to go. As you saw that massive undercut that Stig got out of Hubdy. Jake goes a bit wide there. Both the front runners without a time penalty to their name, though. What a race these two guys are having. I bet the sweat buckets are definitely full by now. Jake hasn't let Ryan slip at all. Stig sets the fastest lap. Yeah, if you were wondering, there it is. That is definitely the call. Intermediate time is inevitable. I wonder who's going to jump in first between these two. They would have seen that pop up on their screen as well. Stig gets the fastest lap on an intermediate compound. Allow Your Face now 8.5 between these two guys. Having one heck of a race. They're having a Lewis Max race here. They're just blitzing the field right now. A battle of their own, going for the win here this evening at Imola. Allow Your Face has both AlphaTauri still behind him. Just wondering if these guys are going to pull into the pits. Ryan is not going to do it. Jake's going to make that first call. This could be the call of the race. We'll see how Ryan does with those wet compounds. It looks like Ross is going to pull in. Bill's going to stay out. Allow Your Face is in. Is he in? No, he stays out as well. So this could be massive for the AlphaTauris as well. Where is Stig at compared to Ross? Ross now into the pits, intermediate compound, going on that AlphaTauri. Stig coming around the final corner now. Ross on his way out. Could Stig even get this position? I think he's going to do it. There's Stig. There is Ross. Stig is on his way through, so makes that 2 positions up for that massive undercut. So this could play off for Jake really well. I have a feeling Ryan's gonna dive into the pits this lap. His teammate actually dove into the pits and has taken 2 positions off. Take a look now. What has happened? Who was that for? I'm not quite sure. Ryan. Is he pulling into the pits? It looks... Is he going to try to pull these wet compounds a little further? Yeah, he's still going to go. What about Allow Your Face? I have a feeling Bill is going to pull into the pits. Allow Your Face doesn't pull into the pits. What is Bill going to do? He's going to die for the intermediates. Just wondering how massive that... yeah, Jake is going to take that position. Stig might even take off P4 from Bill. Bill pulls into his box now. Intermediates going on that AlphaTauri. There goes Jake. You can hear the car pass. Bill. Where's Stig? Where's Ross? Bill on his way through. Stig goes through. There's Ross as well. So yeah. Intermediates are the way to go now. One of these two gonna decide to box for the intermediates. They have to be struggling. Let's ride on board with Ryan right now, still leading this race on a wet compound. Everybody besides Allow Your Face and himself dove for the intermediates. Yeah, he's really locking up. Operator gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Ryan's pulling in. What about Allow Your Face? We'll take a look. And where is Jake in this matter? Ryan's into the pits now. Jake is a little down the road. Allow Your Face is going to pull in. Ryan puts on the intermediate compounds and is out of his box. Ryan might have put a few bit of laps in. Where's Jake at now? Ryan's still inching his way towards the exit of the pits. Let's stay on board. That might be Jake. There's Jake now. Can he take the lead of this race? He has done the undercut. Takes the lead of the race. Stig goes on 126.6 to set the fastest lap on the intermediate compound. It is going to be a duke now between these two. Both on the intermediate compound to the end of this race, possibly. Stig now P3. Wonderful race so far as it stands for the Aston Martin team. Allow Your Face battling out Bill here. Operator gets another 3-second time penalty. Coming up in 3 laps time, I'll give you guys a rundown of the penalties that we have so far. Only 3 drivers have a penalty to their name. These guys. Bro, Bill's gonna go over the sausage curbs. Maybe one too many kielbases there for Bill. See if Allow Your Face can get closer behind that AlphaTauri. These guys are struggling on the intermediates as well. We'll see how long they can hold on. The intermediates do wear a little bit quicker than the full wet compound. Allow Your Face losing a little bit of ground right now. Stig really putting those laps in, catching his teammate. Can he make those intermediates last until the end, though? This man is on fire. Lap 18, 2 laps to go until I give you guys a look at the tires. Hubs is going to pull into the pit as well. Hubs is retired from the race. I wonder why he's retired. Maybe he's had enough this evening, so now we're down to 7 drivers. Operator's gonna get a massive few bit of points for this. Just keeping it alive. Jake and Ryan still pretty close on track. Battle for the win here. Oh no, as you see, SF1 Stick picks up another time penalty. He's got to put the pressure on Ross, who's not too far behind. Jake coming down, Ryan right there. I think the rain is completely stopped. Oh no, it hasn't. Okay. Ryan now sets the fastest lap of Aston Martin with a 126.3. Stig has lost a little bit of ground to Ryan. Ryan really putting the pressure on that Red Bull ahead. Doing a wonderful job in that Aston Martin. Oh, Ryan almost loses it. Collects the car though. What a save from Ryan in that Aston Martin. He's gonna lose a little bit of ground though to Jake in that Red Bull. Almost caught that. What a tank slapper. What a save though. Lap 19 out of 32. Ryan get himself close enough to have a look at Jake. Gap is 8/10. The rest of the gaps are kind of spaced out. Stig running in P3 right now. Ross in P4. Bill in P5. Allow Your Face holding on nicely at P6. And Operator going a bit deep over those Colossus as well in P7. Once these guys cross the line, I'll give you guys a rundown of the penalties as they stand. Lap 20 on the board. Let's take a look at the time penalties. Right now, SF1 Stig, 6 seconds to his name. Allow Your Face, 6 seconds. And Operator, 6 seconds. So, Stig could lose out off the podium and go to P4. He's got to put 6 seconds between himself and Ross, that's in P4 currently. Look back at the tires. Actually, let's get the tires off. Ross is up 7 positions so far this evening. Intermediate compound is on these cars as it stands, so I'm going to get rid of the tire compound. But these guys still battling it out. What a battle between these two so far this evening. Jake Wilson getting that solid undercut, diving into the pits first for those intermediates. Made it stick around the track, got it past ABR Ryan while he was on his exit from the pits. Now trying to keep that Aston Martin behind him for another 12 laps here. Could be a daunting task. Can Jake hold on and get a second win? Make it 2 in a row the last 2 weeks. Winning at Great Britain last week. Actually, CSC Morris actually won on track. But due to penalties to the Mercedes driver, the reserve, he fell to P4, I believe, where this man picked up the win. Ryan getting closer and closer. Jump on board. You wonder if Ryan is battling the brake bias just a little bit. He's locking up those front tires quite a bit. You hear the tires there lock up just a bit as well. A heavy lockup as well. Allow Your Face, another time penalty, so he's up to 9 seconds to his name. You can see Ryan running in the wet part of that track, trying to put a little bit of, maybe cooling those tires down just a bit from locking up a bit. These guys having quite a race between each other. Battle the whole way through, pretty much. Ryan taking the lead of the race when Jake had a pretty bad start. But now, Jake holding on to the lead. Ryan has led pretty much all laps until these guys boxed for an intermediate, and then Jake pulled a superb undercut. Ryan getting closer and closer with that Aston Martin. What a job this evening from himself in that Aston Martin against a Red Bull, which on paper is the quickest car here at Realistic. Both setting a fast lap there. Anybody close enough? No, the gaps between the other guys are a little spaced out, so this is the battle that you gotta watch. 10 laps remain. Who is gonna best who in this race? Oh no, Ross has gotten himself a time penalty. So if he falls within 3 seconds from Stig, Stig can hold onto that podium. And there it is, 3.31. Stig has got to push. He could get a podium out of this. He could have both Aston Martins on the podium. As you see Ryan getting even closer to Wilson. He's right on that Red Bull's gearbox. Is he thinking about a move anytime soon? Patience does pay off. I think he's going to hold just behind. The start-finish line straight, though, is going to be a bit difficult because Aston Martin, compared to the Red Bull, is going to be down on power. See if Ryan can get it. Oh, got a little out of shape on the exit. You see Jake pull away just a bit. But that toe can be massive in the F1 games. Can he get himself close enough for a look here into turn 1? Not close enough just yet. Keep that Red Bull under pressure. He could make a mistake. We'll find out. Jake, a tier 3 driver, and we can clearly know that ABO Ryan is a tier 1 driver, so that's just give you guys a pinpoint of what it's like in realistic. You could be, down on tiers in tier 3, but have that Red Bull behind you, and you could be battling for the win of this race. Lap 23. Are we gonna watch these guys battle for the rest of the way? The positions right now separated. As you see, Ross has gotten back up into that position. It could take the podium, the final step on the podium, away from SF1 Stig. As Ryan had a look there. Oh, there's a bit of a nudge to the rear, the gearbox of the Red Bull. He's right on that gearbox. He's getting closer and closer. Oh, watch out. Ryan had a bit of a moment, but holds onto the car through that corner. Getting close enough. Two that's been chasing each other lap after lap. As ABO Ryan gets a time penalty. No, I was hoping these guys would make it to the end clean and whistle and just battle on track. So that's going to help Jake. He's now technically 3.4 seconds ahead for that checkered flag of Ryan. We'll see if Ryan or Jake can keep it clean the rest of this race. 8 laps remain here at Imola. But credit where credit's due for these top 7 guys right now, surviving this rain-soaked race. Oh, that's close. Oh, Jake gets a moment. That's going to put Ryan up ahead. That's all it took, putting a little bit of pressure on that Red Bull. Ryan now back in the lead of this race. He does have a 3-second time penalty to his name, though. Jump on board with Jake. He's going to have the power of that Honda unit right behind him to try to pull the gap down between himself and Ryan ahead. You can see how much that gap dissipates coming into turn 1. What a battle between these two guys. I was hoping it wouldn't come down to penalties on track, but it might be the case this evening unless Jake picks up a penalty himself. I don't know how many warnings he might be on. We will find out in the podium interview, I'm sure, if these guys can make it to the podium steps. Ryan now 6-7 tenths now, pulling away from that Red Bull. Their tire day might be coming into play just a bit as you see SF1 Stig 9.7 out of these guys. Ross behind him could take that P3 off of him. Been a quiet race for some of these guys at the back, like Allow Your Face and Operator, but credit where credit's due. I keep saying that. Operator holding on to P7 could be a lot of points coming his way this evening just to survive this race. Sometimes that's all it takes. Jake now 1.2, 1.1, getting himself close enough. Ryan sets the fastest lap so far of the race with the 125.5, lap 26 out of 32. Jake's got to push. You can see how close he gets to Ryan on the start-finish line straight with the power of that Honda. And the Red Bull trying to keep himself close enough to Ryan. Oh, goes a bit wide. Jake gets himself a time penalty. So it is mano-a-mano on track. Jake, if he wants this win, he's going to have to do it on merit and pass that Aston Martin of Ryan. Both drivers now with a 3-second time penalty to their name. Bill, the only driver remaining without a time penalty. If he could get himself anywhere closer to his teammate and SF1 Stig, he could nab that podium. We will find out. What a battle between these two, though. Unfortunately, both have a time penalty. It is going to come down to on track if these two can keep it clean the rest of the way. Oh, as Jake gets a moment there on the exit of the curb. That's going to give a little bit more of a breathing room to Ryan in that Aston Martin. Stig holding on to P3, but Ross is gaining. But he do this on track against the Aston Martin. Gap now at the top, 1.8. Ryan passes the start-finish line straight to start lap 27. And Ross get closer to SF1 Stig here. Ross going a little wide on the exit corner. 1.5 separates himself from Stig. I know he's pushing to try to get close enough to get that position, that podium step. There's Bill in the background, not too far off of his teammate. 3.6 seconds separates himself and the other AlphaTauri. .4 between the guys at the top. Did Ross just have a moment there? I was looking at the Delta. I might have missed it. He did go in the inside, or he was cooling those tires down. I wonder how long those tires are going to last for some of these guys. I wonder if they're starting to scream at the drivers just a bit. As Wilson sets the fastest lap of the race with the 125.4. Ross trying to gain on Stig. Stig putting the power down in that Aston Martin. 1.6 separates. Lap 28 here. Ryan leading the way. Jake trying to chase him down. If Jake wants this win, he's going to have to chase Ryan down in that Aston Martin. What a turnaround from Ryan, though, in that Aston Martin. Last week, having a lot of difficulties at Silverstone. To this week where he's taking that car and just outperformed it quite nicely. Take a look at his rear view. There's Jake in the Red Bull. coming up to start lap 29. Laps are ticking down here. Lap 29 on the board as Ryan does set another fast lap of the race. 125. They're swapping fastest laps between each other. These two on a class of their own. It's going to be a battle though to see who crosses the line for P3. Right now on paper it could be actually Bill's. Bill could sneak a podium out of this. We're going to find out in 3 laps time. Can he get himself closer to his teammate? Pull tail and try to get close enough to Stig. Stig 1.9 up the road from Ross. Ross on 3 seconds. Stig on 6 seconds, I believe. I wonder if Ross is going to help Bill at all here. You know Ross wants that podium. You know Bill wants that podium. It's going to be up to these two to push each other and try to get close enough to Stig. The man in the rain. He loves rain races. I know he's been feeling unwell lately, but what a massive drive from himself this evening. It's an honor that he's actually racing it realistic. I know he wasn't interested at first, but he's made every race so far, so just gonna give him a big shout plug on the stream. SF1 Stig, massive thank you. And he's hosting the race tonight, so that's why it's raining. He's considered the rain god as Ryan sets another fast lap of 24.8. Really putting the power down between himself and Wilson. Wilson's dropping just 2.7, 2.6. Allow Your Face gets another time penalty. Operator could take P6 in this instance. Lap 30 out of 32. The closest battle right now we have is Ross putting the pressure on Stig. 1.4 separates the two drivers. Bill's really going to have to put the power down if he wants to try to take P3 off of either one of these drivers. He's sitting on that bubble of 3 seconds now. Jump on board with Ross as he's chasing down that Aston Martin of SF1 Stig. Lap 30 here. Stig having a bit of a moment. That's going to allow Ross to have a look. Can Ross get close enough to that Aston Martin? Yeah, Stig, I believe, is struggling just a bit now. Those intermediates might be screaming at the driver. Imagine the braking that you have to do to get this corner just right. Stig having a moment. Oh, that was close. The ultimate lap of this race for these drivers. Can Ross have a say here? Bill needs to push now. Stig has a rear view mirror full of that AlphaTauri as Jake has fallen 4 seconds off the lead from Ryan. Ryan putting the power down in that Aston Martin, trying to make it stick on track to take the W this evening. It'll be the first for him in realistic this season. Coming in round 4. Oh, Stig! Stig! Almost! What a save though! But that's going to open the door for Ross, who's just behind him in that AlphaTauri. And that might have opened up the door for Bill. No, he's still about 3/10 away. But yeah, this is the closest battle on track. I'll make sure I jump on board with these guys. Ryan, as he crosses the line for his final lap. Where's he at now? This man got the start of a dream, taking the lead of the race. Was not outperformed, but he was kind of taken off guard by the undercut by Jake for the intermediate compound, but retook the lead and has led since. Jake now in P2s. Ross gets a 3-second time penalty. This just opened the door for Bill. Bill has to push. Bill could sneak a podium out of this. I'm gonna get my water ready. I'll keep an eye on ABO, Ryan, and Jake as they cross the line. They're about halfway through their lap now. Ross putting pressure on SF1 Stig just ahead. Bill, you have to push. These two really having to go. Ross getting closer and closer to SF1 Stig now. That's a pretty early entry. Looks like he gets a decent exit out of it though. Where's Ryan at? What is going to happen between these two? Bill right now 4 seconds behind the two ahead. Ryan coming down. Enter the final few corners here. This man took the lead at the beginning of the race. Wonderful job from that Aston Martin driver. He is going to win the Emilia Romagna, or whatever you want to call it, the Imola Grand Prix. ABR Ryan takes the win. Jake is going to cross the line in P2 with that Red Bull. SF1 Stig, Ross, and Bill. How is this going to pan out? Who's going to take that final step on the podium? Unfortunately, it's going to come down to penalties, but Stig is going to cross and merit on P3. Ross, P4. Is Bill going to take P3? He does! He gets it by a second. Bill gets the final step on the podium. Ross, P5. Stig, P4. Allow your face is going to cross the line here. Will he hold on to P6, or will Operator take that from him? Allow your face crosses the line. Stays P6 for the time being as Operator gets a very, very scary exit out of that corner. Will he take P6 off? No, it's going to stay P7. Driver of the day voted to Ross Plum. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a full rundown of your race results for round 4 here this evening. ABR Ryan picks up the win with that Aston Martin. Jake Wilson, our championship leader, finishes P2. Bill finishes P3. SF1 Stig in 4th. Ross Plum 5th. Allow Your Face is 6th. We have Operator finishing 7th. And unfortunately, drivers that we lost out this evening, Hubdy in 8th, Seal in 9th, Phil in 10th, and Rabo in 11th. I get these guys into a podium interview. View gamer card, that's it. Invite to party. Invite to party. And let's get Bill in. Party. Okay. Okay, once we get back in the lobby, my podium slide didn't show up, so I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna go to the theater mode. Alright, we have everybody here. I have one guy here. I have Jake. There's Ryan jumping in now. Oh, okay. So, only 2 guys this evening as Bill's got to go off for work. So we're going to start with P2 this evening. Jake, what a battle between yourself and Ryan that entire race. And you know, the boxing for the intermediates to get that that undercut was massive. But I want to talk about what happened at the beginning of the race, the start of the race.
I was just about to mention it myself. I think the gears, I don't know what happened with them, because I was holding the clutch in throughout the whole start. I let go, and the revs just kept going up, but my car was going nowhere. And at first I was like, oh, I don't want to spin straight off the start. And then I realised that I wasn't even in gear. I was like, oh, right, well, that was a good start. But then I started going a lot quicker than I thought I was on the wets compared to everyone else. And saw Ryan at like a 4-second gap in front by like the end of the first lap, And then as soon as I overtook, I think it was all over your face, I'd close that gap down by like a second a lap, and then the safety car came on. So I was quite lucky with that because I basically closed the gap without needing to. And then obviously I was struggling to overtake him because he was just flying through the chicanes. But the first sector just kept me on his tail, and when I saw that someone had pitted for some inters and also set a fastest lap, I was like, right, well, there's my sign.
Yeah, SF1 Stig pulled that one out.
Yeah, pull the undercut, and well, it worked, and I just came out about a second and a half ahead. And then by the end of that lap, that was a second and a half ahead. It had gone down to like 7/10, so I was like, oh shit, he's quick.
No, crossing the line this evening, unfortunately getting yourself a time penalty. I was hoping you guys would both fight it out on track without a time penalty, but you both got a 3-second. I mean, still crossing the line in P2 is one heck of a run this evening.
I think my race director must have broke mid-game because I didn't get a single warning throughout the whole race. I saw Ryan get a 3-second penalty. I was like, oh, get in. That sort of gave me a bit of a barrier. I just need to keep him back a bit. And like a lap or two later, I get 3 seconds. I was like, what? Where's that come from? I'm not even got a warning yet.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, but solid job this evening getting yourself on the podium. Probably extending that championship lead as well, so it's got to feel good.
No Mercedes drivers, so that was easy enough for me.
Not too easy. Ryan made it pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, it was definitely interesting. I nearly lost it 2 or 3 times. I think I saw Ryan nearly cut some grass and ended up in a wall at one point.
Yeah. But all right, congratulations, Jake.
Cheers.
All right, we'll move on to the man who had difficulties with this car last week. Didn't like it whatsoever, but I think that changed a little bit this evening. Ryan picking up the win with that Aston Martin, having one heck of a battle the entire race with yourself and Jake, picking up the win. Just give me a rundown, because I saw you guys struggling and just to try to survive that whole race. But crossing the line P1 with Aston Martin you had trouble with last week. Give us a rundown.
Yeah. First of all, I never said I didn't enjoy this car, did I?
Just a bit, I think, in the chat.
Nah, first of all, Imola is one of my probably better tracks, so I was thriving around here, that's for sure. Obviously, I had a really good start, and then obviously gained that really good gap. But then, as soon as Jake passed the rest of the field, he slowly started pulling that back, which I expected, to be honest. But then, after the safety car, I would say our pace was pretty even, and it was a very good battle in the end.
So yeah, solid battle indeed.
Until that first pit stop.
I say, were you sweating just a bit when you got your time penalty and knew that he didn't have one on his name?
Oh yeah, I thought I fluffed it. And that first pit stop, I just completely forgot. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just driving my race, just trying to keep on track, and I wasn't paying attention to the pit stops. I got really lucky there. But yeah, then we just had a really good ding dong, really, trading lap times, and in the end, I just think I had a bit too much pace through the slow chicanes, and I forced him into a couple of mistakes, which allowed me to pass him in the end.
Sometimes that's all it takes, is just applying a little bit of that pressure and hoping for the best.
That's what I was hoping.
But it worked out too. It worked out.
Too quick in the straight lines. That's the only thing I could do, really.
Yeah, the power in that Honda is massive in this game.
Yeah.
But congratulations, Ryan, on your win, the first for the season in round 4 at Imola.
That's my second.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, is it your second? Would you win the first one?
I won at France as well.
Oh, jeez, you did win at France in the Aston. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There you go, calling me out. That's good. I need to get my facts straight sometimes. I know Paps won at Portuguese, so it was Paps Portuguese, yourself in France, Jake in Britain, and Ryan picking up a second win of the season here at Imola for round 4. There, I got it right this time. All right. Before I end this, I need to look at one thing. because I don't remember half the time. Where's that?
Oh man.
I'll be with you in just a second. I'm looking at the calendar to figure out where. All right, okay, I know where we're going next week, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be at Spa next week, the Belgian Grand Prix. It is gonna be fun, and I promise those car swaps are coming this week, guys. So don't get too comfortable. It's gonna get shaken up just a bit more coming next week. Hopefully a couple more drivers show up. I know a couple guys had a few things going on. So I'm just going to give you guys thank you for showing up this evening and racing. Especially when that rain hit, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a pretty hard race to get through. But you guys did an amazing job. Thank you so much. All right, we'll catch you guys next week. Same time, same channel here at SF1 for Realistic. It is going to be round 5 at the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa is going to be quite a spicy race. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. SF1 Roads is going to sign out, leaving you guys. Hopefully you have a wonderful week as we gear up to go into racing Tier 3 on Thursday, Tier 2 on Friday, and ourselves on Sunday with Realistic. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign out. Thank you so much, and one final congratulations to Bill, Jake, and yourself, Ryan, for the podium this evening. SF1 signing out. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.